following program is rated TV MALV. It contains strong language, violence, and nudity. It is intended only for mature audiences.
That's why I don't read the newspaper. Because it's garbage. And the editor that let it come out is garbage. Attacking an amateur athlete for doing everything right. Come after me. I'm a man. I'm 40.
It is a reminder. I've been here when it was glory hole days, and I've been here when it wasn't. And so having said that, I want me some glory hole.
Yo, this your boy Tanner Black. It's a Urban Locker Room sports show. I'm doing this solo tonight, man, because the homie a little under the weather, man. So I'm holding it down tonight. So we missed last week. Last week was busy, like crazy busy. I want to apologize for that. I wasn't hiding from the smoke. You know, I hollered the homie CB3, he the Ohio Buckeye fan, you know, I hollered at him and whatnot. And was gave him his flowers and everything. They took the win, man. We were lacking the first half, but hey, it is what it is. Man, Bama and Florida State, man, that was a little rough on the homie. Man, he didn't really want to talk to me. A couple of days, man. We finally started talking a little bit, but he felt some type of way because he was really, man. It was a bad weekend for the homie, man. Free the boy Zeus, man. It was a bad weekend, but the NFL started last couple. I'm gonna talk about that a little later on. I'm just gonna break down a couple games. I'm not gonna go back to last week because everybody know what happened last week. Archie and them was looking subpar to the fourth quarter. Ohio, Ohio took that win, man. Much love to them. We might see them again, man. Our defense is gonna hold us down. The whole LSU finally won not a road game, but opening game. Well, you could consider it's a road game. Road opening game, I should say. They finally won that. They look good. Man, it's Clemson little. I don't know, man. I still think they're gonna win in the ACC, but I just don't. They looking a little shaky. So I'll start off from this week. I ain't gonna talk about any of the other top 6 teams because it's pretty much self-explanatory. Everybody like Grambling played Ohio State. That was gonna be a win. Florida, Penn State beat. Come on, Florida International. It wasn't really nothing compared. Even the UT's game wasn't really that competitive, but the storylines about that game is Archie Winston doing some of those throws, which it's gonna be a concern. They need to tighten up. Matter of fact, let's get to that game right now. The two problems I see we having and we need to tighten up on. Our third down conversion rate is horrendous, and we need to tighten up on the penalties, man. The penalties will turn wins to losses quick, especially with the road, especially when we play on the road and everything. Like we play in Florida. Florida, we get to that game. They're gonna be a little bit more motivated now. And Georgia's always gonna be a tough game. Then of course the rivals and stuff. And Kentucky, don't sleep on Kentucky either. But we need to tighten up the penalties, and it was a couple weird throws. One throw, I won't even blame Archie on. He it went in the person's hand and it popped out type stuff. One of those situations. You know, they need to tighten up. And like Wingo, man, real talk. I don't know what's going on with the chemistry between like Arch and Wingo. I don't know Ron Wingo. I don't know if they forcing it. He's on the wrong side or whatever. I don't know. They got to tighten that part up too, man. Because like Wingo could open up the game easily for everybody else. Because it seemed like they forcing a lot of stuff. That's what I'm getting. And maybe this is just putting Arch in uncomfortable situations. So when they play their extra, which honestly got you with these first two games, you don't necessarily see like a team in full stride yet. Really, especially San Jose State is a mid. Man, you could probably call them a power. I don't know. They call it Power Five, a Group of Five. This is a Group of Five team, so they're gonna have some type of athletes. It's not gonna be a Eastern Minnesota Tech or some craziness. I don't even know that's a school. I'm just making this. I mean, you get my point. But I think we're gonna have to start the running game. Gonna have to get better. From what I've been seeing, like we need a 100-yard rusher now, especially this next game against UTEP. We need to establish that run better, and that's offensive line. They got to tighten up because a lot of these penalties I remember was like, false starts and like just little ticky-tack stuff. They need to just tighten up in general. So I mean, hopefully after this game they're gonna have a bye and they play Florida, which we don't know what Florida gonna look like. They won't know who's the Florida coach gonna be if that keep on everything keep on happening. But the way it's going, we'll get to that. So that's all I got to say about Texas. They need to tighten up. They've been playing undisciplined stuff. They need to get better. All right, we're gonna have to watch out for Illinois. Hold on, Pop. I got to drink me some water. Hold up. Drink me some water. Stay hydrated, folks. I'll be thirsty on these streets. Anyway, Illinois might be an issue. It might be an issue. They might be Indiana the last year, how Indiana snuck up on everybody. I think because this came out of nowhere, really. I knew Illinois was good. They got some athletes there. They did good in NIL and transfer portal. Dang, tongue tied. But this is the story of the game right here. If y'all can see my pointer, 5 turnovers I think like 3 of them was in the second half. You're not winning too many games in the big time games with 5 turnovers. I don't care. You ain't win much games in Pee Wee with 5 turnovers. Man. Duke stunk up the place with that one, man. And this game was on within the Texas game, so I didn't get to see the whole when all the turnovers happened. I believe like 3 or 4 of them happened in the late stages of the game not even late stages, like one or 2 happened in the second quarter, then the rest happened in the second half of the game. You ain't gonna win too many games like that. And I saw some highlights like they were actually sticking together. Then you leave any team, I don't give a damn who it is. You leave them with that many turnovers, it's gonna be hard to win. So that's all I gotta say about that. I didn't get to watch this game. I saw some highlights. Let me take that out before they flag. I saw some highlights. I saw some of the fumbles were bad fumbles, intercept. It was just you gotta take care of the ball. You learn that in 2 days, So that that game came up during my game. I didn't get to watch that, so that's pretty much all I got for that. It's crazy, dude got drugged. There was like the dollars last year. So this is shocker number 1, right? Mississippi State beat Arizona State, and Arizona State they were ranked as if they was gonna win the Big 12 again. Now, this shocked me because I believe this came up 3 o'clock or 6 o'clock. I want to say I was watching I was watching a little bit of Baylor SMU during that time. So I didn't see it. I saw the highlights. Look, man, there is no how Arizona State was playing proud of them. There was no way this should have been going on. But again, turnovers. Then this is the thing about Mississippi State. They play an air out type of style, right? So if your secondary isn't on point and you have a lot of busted coverages and you're not getting a pass rush, you're gonna have a long day. Mississippi State actually, I think they almost beat Georgia last year. And they were young. And see, what people don't know, Mississippi State last year was they had I think they had the most freshmen starting in the whole conference. So yeah, Arizona State slept on this game. They had to pay the price. But Mississippi State might not be as bad as people thought. Or just Arizona State is overhyped. One or two. You take it for what it is. But it's crazy. Like Mississippi State literally controlled this whole game almost. Like Arizona State was they were getting up off the mat every time. Every time I was watching the game, I saw a highlight from that game. And I think Wichita had a bad interception or something like that. Late in the second quarter or something like that. But Arizona State slept on them. And this is what you can't sleep on any, right? That's why I know in the SEC, man, SEC and Big Ten, you can't sleep on anybody in the conferences. Really. The only one that's really, you can't sleep on anybody in the conference. I would say UCLA, but shit, UCLA will sneak on you now because now they playing for something. They already lost that game and got blew out, got their ass kicked. But Mississippi State snuck them. And here's another. This is upset number 1. Upset number 2. Bam. So this is gonna get a little NFL talk slightly. So the controversy that happened last Thursday was it Jalen Carter? Jalen Carter spit on Dak Prescott and got ejected. So Florida cannot be outdone by Georgia Bulldog. A player, I forgot what the player name. Let's see if they even got his name on there. Let's see. Well, a player from Miami actually spit on a South Florida player. So, all right, a little backstory. What's up, Phoenix? A little backstory. South Florida beat the hell out of Boise State last week. I did not see that coming. Zeus did not see that coming. As a matter of fact, I thought because Boise State had a lot of youth last year, like Genty and I want to say a couple defensive players, they were that was the upperclassmen then, right? And we figured since, all right, Genty gone and they still had a decent looking offense and everything, it's going to get better, right? We were wrong. Boise State went. No, hush. Thumb that lady. Hush. Now we don't talk about. We'll get to your team. When we get to that team, we get all that later on. Hold on. So, yeah, Boise State went there and laid an egg. Like South Florida whooped that ass. Like destroyed them. And it's South Florida and Fort Lauderdale. I don't remember where it's at. Anyway, so fast forward to this game. Now, Florida look good their first game. Matter of fact, I gone who they played first. Let's see. Oh, they destroyed Long. Then they got to play LSU. Oh man. Yeah, I know. Yeah, hey, stay in your lane, though. Y'all got issues. Y'all actually should have won that game, but that's another story. We get to that. Anyway, I predicted that. I thought Florida was gonna just like at least make it's gonna be a good game because they all anytime. I'm sorry, like anytime a team that y'all recruiting from the same area, the game is gonna be more like intense. Like I expect, like in Texas, right? I expect if Texas had to go play Tech or Baylor or TCU, SMU, or even Rice at this point, because Rice will give you a game now. It didn't used to be like that, but Rice give you a game now. I expect that to be a war. To the point to say it's not gonna be like easy. It's not gonna be an easy win now. Delp and personnel is gonna win the day, but early it's gonna be a slugfest until stuff gets established or whatnot. Just like any other in-state type of situation. So, and the exceptions are the schools like LSU's where they pretty much get all their talent, or the teams the schools that there's only one big major college there, university there that could just take up a lot of the lot of talent. Got the finances in all nine, right? So with this game, I honestly gotta believe that situation with dude spit on dude. I can't remember who it was. I think it was a defensive lineman or something like that. That probably was the motivating factor. Yeah. I hear you. I hear you. Anyway, but like it's other NFL stuff I ain't got to, but that's another story. I'll wait to that. So I believe this is a motivation win because like you can't disrespect your in-state anybody in-state, especially when everybody like when you in-state, everybody know everybody from every other team. Like you hear a lot of times where this ain't old news. Hey, okay. So when you are getting recruited by everybody, gonna know everybody. You're gonna have a teammate from high school that's gonna be okay. You're gonna have a teammate from high school that's gonna be a part of that team. Everybody gonna be doing the noise talking and everything. So my point is, you can't do nothing disrespectful like that and not give the team extra motivation. That was just this is a dumb play. Like you honestly true. The best thing to do when you just need to play the game. Now you might have some words for somebody, you might talk a little stuff, but like when you get to the extra level of disrespect, it's not gonna work. You know what I mean? It's just not gonna work. But this is a prime example. Like, hey, don't sign a check you can't cash. You know what I'm saying? Then look at the penalties. Like both teams had a lot of penalties. So this game was heated. I saw parts of this game. This game was heated, man. And rightly so. Like you spilled one of my teammates. If I was playing, you spend one teammates, oh yeah, it's better go down. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna whoop that ass. And South Florida have no reason being Florida at Florida. But hey, that's what happens when you give them, because I can, Clara. That's what happened when you start something you can't finish. So that might be the upset of the week, and like South Florida might be the that Boise State of last year, and like your Navies and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So that was a crazy situation. Like I watched part of that game. I knew, and then matter of fact, I want to say, yeah. I mean, man, that game just crazy. Oh, yeah, talking about Nightbot. Okay. So this is the game I really was watching because like I'm a Longhorn fan. You know what I mean? I love the Longhorns. Hate the Sooners. We're always gonna be that way. You know what I'm saying? I respect them, but on the field I don't like them. You know what I mean? So let's go. Michigan is in bad shape. Phoenix, your team in bad shape, man. Like you're not beating any OU team not passing down the field. You're not gonna do it. Especially you go up there, right? So and the story really is Matir. I think it's Matir. He came from, he's actually originally from DFW area. He went to Little M High School. It's in Little M, of course. And he was, I want to say, yeah, he was highly recruited. Ended up going to Washington State. They and he just had it wasn't necessarily Washington State was bad. It was just the fact that they were pretty much without home. They pretty much were like independent. They said they Pac-12, but it was a bad situation where like everybody from the Pac-12 just left, like Oregon, USC, UCLA, Stanford, Cal, the Arizona schools, Utah. I mean, everybody just bolted. Like people went to the ACC. That's your Cal, Stanford, Cal, Stanford, Big Ten, LSU, UCLA, USC, and Oregon, and Colorado and all them went to the Big 12. So pretty much Oregon State and Washington. Oh yeah, Washington went to Pac-12, Pac-12, Big Ten. Okay. So Washington State was kind of in limbo because there's no Pac-12. They didn't jump in any conference, and there's a lot of controversy behind that. Like a lot of the teams, when the whole 2020 situation happened, they were that was an issue with opening up because a lot of states didn't want to open up. A lot of like Bay Area, Cal and Stanford didn't want to open up. USC and Oregon them lost money over there. It was a lot of this, a lot of that. So yeah, he got kind of stuck in between all that, and he was a highly recruited quarterback. Ended up going to Washington State. So OU transfer portal actually helped him out. He went to OU. And this is their savior right now because like OU the last couple of years they haven't had last year they didn't have a quarterback at all. Last 2 years actually, because no. Yeah, Wichita was there last year. All right, yeah, last year they didn't have a quarterback at all. Matter of fact, their quarterback they had last year was in Auburn now. She trying to roast. So this is basically his coming out party against this probably was supposed to be like game of the week because these two like mid teams, and I don't know if Michigan's penalty start this year or next year, but so basically, I about to say Ohio State. Oklahoma kind of they dominated this game. Like Michigan basically was coming back they was coming back. They was playing on the back foot the whole game, pretty much. Like Michigan did barely threw past 20 yards. I think they had like 3 passes for over 20 yards, which is not gonna work against a team like OU. You're gonna have to make them respect your vertical game, you know. So yeah. And the crazy thing, man, too, Ohio, like you see the 2 turnovers, right? You see the 2 turnovers, man. Oklahoma, they had no business really winning this game if Michigan had their stuff together. Like they were doing Underwood. But crazy, Underwood got an arm and they didn't really stretch the field at all. That's a bad thing, man. Like, yeah, just I don't know about, but neither one of these teams. I think Oklahoma's defense is going to hold them up, but oh man, who Oklahoma play next? Let me see. Let's see. They play Temple. They're gonna win Temple. But that Auburn game, that's rough. That Auburn game gonna be rough because now they look like they're getting their stuff situated. And then they got to play their old quarterback. So yeah, man, I don't know, man. That OU, I don't know they're gonna make it 10 wins with what I saw. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. All right. This was a rivalry game. I forgot what they call it. Hawkeye Classic or some shit. They do this every year. Iowa State, low scoring game. It's always like this way. I personally think now I'm getting the vibe that Iowa gonna probably win the Big 12. They especially after I saw what happened in Arizona, man. It's really theirs to lose right now. I think they play Colorado next. Let me look. I think no. That gotta be Kansas State playing Colorado coming up. But this is a war, like you always be. In low scoring game. These games are always like field goal, whatever. So I'm doing this so I won't have echo. Carolina, you know that I don't want to have echo, so it's easier not. I don't want to hear. You'll hear echo off the speakers. That's why I do that. Clever trolling her ass off. Basically, that's all I got on that, man. It was basically low scoring Iowa state of Iowa game, man. And I don't know. Ain't nothing much to say about that. But all right, this game was a trip. Man. Matter of fact, this game was still going on after the Texas game. This game started the exact same time the Texas game happened. And a little backstory. SMU was like the Big 12. If y'all don't know this is a little inside baseball or inside football actually. Man, the Big 12 was really trying to get SMU when like Texas and OU moved to the SEC, right? And they were trying to get them, and they were trying to get like everybody that got Colorado on them. They were trying to add them on to the mix. SMU spawned them and went to the ACC. right? They want to be, be the big dog in that pond, which they almost were. They came in, and I like what you call uniforms. Shout out to SMU, their uniforms fire. But like, yeah, Baylor felt some type of way, like. Yeah, Baylor. This was a war. Tell you the truth, I think SCU is in trouble. Like legit, because dang. Oh, okay. Close them out. Hey, have fun. I didn't know. I thought you already started that. I was surprised you was here, Claire. I ain't gonna lie to you. Anyway, yeah, man. SU, I believe they got TCU next. Let me see. Nah, they got Missouri State, then TCU. These schedules are weird. So okay. Hold up. Time out. Somebody just text me. All right. Yeah, hey, okay. So yeah, man, I think SMU slept on the same. They lost at home. I didn't even know. I didn't even see that. Oh yeah, it rained too. That's part of what screwed them up. It rained over there. Yeah, Baylor came in, man, snuck them, man. Dang, 21 points that's crazy. Yeah, man, I couldn't watch this game because of course I was watching the Texas San Jose State game, but like the highlights on there is crazy. I wish I could go through them. The highlights are crazy, and yeah, Baylor. I was telling Zeus, I want to say 2 weeks ago, right? I was like, Baylor's a sneaky team. Like, I mean, I understand like Auburn almost didn't win that game. Like, I watched that game at the little I took my daughter to go eat ramen noodles and stuff, man. I was watching the game on the TV. They got TV up in there. And like that game was back and forth to like the third quarter or some shit. So yeah, man, like Baylor it's so early to say in the Big 12. Cause like hey, Baylor to pull this off, then get to Arizona State and lay an egg on. I don't think Oklahoma State anything, but like everybody else, they could just lay an egg on everybody else. They probably just showed up against SMU because you got the little Baylor, little Baptist versus Methodist thing because you don't know these both private schools that like rich private schools. So yeah, this overtime and everything, man. Yeah, you can't overlook anybody, especially with NIL and transfer portal. You can't overlook nobody, man. Real shit. And this is the last college game I'm going over. Hold up. Let me X some of these stuff out. 24 minutes. Now I'm going to get an NFL because NFL. All right. Kentucky versus Ole Miss. And yeah, I saw a little bit of this game. It's on AB. Yeah, I saw a little bit of this before the Michigan Oklahoma game, and this they always had. I mean, this kind of revenge game from last year because if you don't remember, like Kentucky might be the reason why Ole Miss wasn't a playoff team last year. Like Ole Miss, legit I mean, if they didn't have this loss, they could have easily been a playoff team. This was probably their worst loss of the year last year. So yeah, it was a little revenge game. They played them in Lexington and everything. And Ole Miss showed up. Like I'm still iffy about. I think Kentucky still got defense. You can't play around with them. You cannot, like last year was even tough, and that was a worse team than projected for this year. So man, like Texas can't play around with them. Georgia can't play around with them. I don't know. In fact, do they still play Georgia? Yep, they play Georgia. They got to play Georgia. Man, that's a hard schedule. I didn't even see their schedule. So South Carolina gonna be hard. Georgia, then Texas, then Tennessee. Tennessee is a sleeper team. I thought dead ass. I thought Tennessee was gonna be iffy this year. They said, Taryn, you gonna eat them words. I had to sit back and marinate them words and put on the grill, make sure it's medium rare, and chew on them. Literally, I want to apologize to Tennessee. I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting Florida to be where Tennessee at. Man, I'm getting those allergies bother me. But yeah, Kentucky got a long road right now. So Ole Miss might sneak up and be a playoff team now. I wasn't expecting. Well, they might have been motivated from last year and everything, but like, hey, Kentucky, you might be taking Mississippi State situation, man. Mississippi State might be a little sneaker team too. I doubt it, but hey, who knows? All right, NFL. I'm gonna start with my Cowboys, man. I'm starting my Cowboys. Get this up out of here. Okay. Before I start with the games, I haven't said this on air about how I feel about the Michael Parsons trade, right? Now, Michael Parsons is a great player, generational talent, one of the better pass rushers in the league, you know. And I firmly believe he deserves all the money he get, right? He deserves all that. He's a good player. And I believe they could be able to use him properly because they have multiple ways you could throw him in a game plan. Like, you could do a lot with him. I wish he was still here, just on that level alone, right? With that being said, right, if the stories coming out about Michael, which I halfway believe anything of that nature, but let's say that for the sake of this argument, let's say it's true. My only issue with this whole situation is the fact that you should already have a plan ready, and a lot of this stuff should have been already ironed out before training camp. In any other time, I would give Jerry Jones somewhat benefit of doubt because some agents are this and some players that and everything. However, Jerry should know better. You feel me? Jerry been doing this for a long time. And to give more credence to my argument, how many times have a contract dispute since he happened in training camp since he owned the team, starting with Emmett? You know? You can't operate this way. This more likely is going to benefit in our favor because this pick, we got 4 first round picks in the next 2 years. That's a lot of capital, right? You could get you somewhat similar to Michael Parsons, where it's more solid to like a more solid defensive end that's a standard defense end. You're not gonna be able to move him around like you would with Michael, but it'll be a solid defense end that could book in your pass rush for the next 10 to 15 years. You know what I mean? If you wanted to be with those picks, even if they're late, like pretty much if you get anything past what pick 20 average, you probably getting someone that could easily be in the second round. So basically, you're gonna have two high end players coming out the first round in these next two drafts. And plus, you could use one of those draft picks to upgrade. Like, let's say, I'm not saying do this with Tyreek Hill, but let's say if Miami wanted to part with Tyreek Hill, you probably could get rid of a second rounder for him now because you got 2 first round picks in the next 2 years, or a third rounder, which I would be because his age and the salary you're going to take up, it'll be more in his age salary. It'll be more of a third round, fifth round type situation, which I'm not totally against, but like if this would happen in this last draft, we would be in way better situation we are now because we'll have all those draft picks. However, we'll probably actually got a pass rusher. Imagine this. Let's say they did that, and then I don't even know who would be there. I need to go look at my draft notes in my I think I threw them away actually. But like you probably could have got like that running a decent running back to go with the offensive lineman you picked up. You know, you could have. And what's cool now is that I see like I'm looking at what we might need next year, especially will probably be somebody on the defensive end because you just lost a dynamic player on defense, and and then we're gonna be playing with house money because let's say we still got a decent pass rush. Even with Mike, it's not gonna be as good when Michael's here. Don't get me wrong, but it's still decent enough. And now we beef up the middle of the line with the defensive tackle. I always forget his name. Damn, I can't believe I forgot his name. So it eventually is gonna work out with the Cowboys. It's just they gotta they gotta get these deals done before even June cuts. Real shit. Like that should be the latest you talk about any contract. You know what I mean? You should already have your mind made up what it's gonna be, you know. And that, you know, that's the only problem I have with the whole thing. So to the game, right? I already discussed the whole well, I ain't discussed this part. Even before the first play start. So the controversy here is twofold. It's the Jalen Carter spitting on Dak Prescott's chest. So this is what exactly happened. They showed the whole situation, like frame by frame. I don't want to risk getting flagged over there because like the NFL is tricky like that. But like basically, apparently Jalen Carter was talking to Jalen Carter is the Georgia Bulldog in damn, what's our first round pick? Hold up. I just went Tyler Booker. I knew it was something like Booker. It's like 3 Tylers on the line. So they played in numerous championship games against each other, right? And Dak got it's a little SEC situation going on. Dak Mississippi State royalty pretty much because he one of the best players came out of Mississippi State. Was sticking up for Booker because Jalen Carr was fucking with him, talking shit to Booker, and what's called like he said something, and Dak a little sneaky. He probably said some sly shit, then spit on the ground. Then Booker came. Jalen Carter came up to him and kissed him on his jersey, which is highly disrespectful. So he get ejected. That pretty much turned the whole game on his head because now with Philly doesn't have any good secondary depth right now, and Jalen Carter is a mainstay for that run defense. And when that happened, the floodgates went up, and Cowboys was running down what's-called throat. And the bad thing about it, we couldn't stop them. It was a seesaw match all the first half. Then we had a rain delay, long ass rain delay. I want to say like an hour. So before we get to past the rain delay, I think a lot of people going way too hard on CD. Now my kinfolk call me like, yeah, CD, this is training camp. And I'm like, dude, CD had 100 yards receiving. Okay. 100 yards receiving before the half was up. So I'm blaming that delay. That delay was horrible. Everybody, like, look at nobody scored in after that delay. No, literally nobody scored. So one thing I would say, and that's not me saying Cowboys going to Super Bowl and anything crazy like that. I would say this. I was more inspired by I saw Aldo, how Dak was playing. Dak was playing hella fire aggressive. Like, he made some throws. Matter of fact, I think I could find some of these throws he made. I could probably show some of these because it's on film. It's on X too. Let's see. Okay, let's see. I got a lot of books. Oh no, hold up. All right, here we go. It's a good example. This one was in the first half. Look where the ball perfectly, and if he just catch this, it's a touchdown. And that was end up being a personal foul. That's just one of the passes. Matter of fact, let me go back over here. I can find some more. Hold up, I can find some more. No, that's no. Same one. Okay, this is the one I was looking at. Get back over here. Do this. Here's some more of those. This the one I just showed you. Here's another one. That shit. CD was tripping. Look at that man, perfectly blocked. And like I said, they was in zone, and Dak was putting a zip on his ball the whole game. Watch this. That's 20 yards. Hold up. The line scrimmage was right here, like around here, like the 48 or something like that. He catch this. He cut it upfield. That's probably a 30, 40 yard pass right there. Here's another one. He catch this. Let's see. Let's go back. Where did it start off at? This at the 43 yard line, right? Bam. Let's watch this. Good pocket too. That's a young offensive line. Good pocket. And here's the thing: Jalen Carter is not necessarily the biggest pass rusher, so like he probably wouldn't have been those plays. I mean, he's really a run stopper, one tech, zero tech type of player, man. I mean, he could play other tech, but like that's his specialty. Now, my only issue: why is Jalen? Why are you here? You know what I mean? No, that should have been a touchdown. That should have been at least to the 10-yard line. Because even if dude, he probably would have broke that tackle because he was all on his back. This is the other one. That would have been the game right there. So that's about that. That's all I gotta say about that. See, man, it's not just CDs, and that all happened after the break. Like legit, CD could have had 200 yards receiving last game. They didn't have no answer for the CD. They didn't have no answer for George Pickens. Like every time they had an answer, then you had Ferguson, and it didn't. They were running good because I mean that's when the Jalen Carter thing is the issue. When now we can run and like a lot of people going hard on Miles Sanders. Like that fumble, that was just one of those bad fumbles where somebody get lower than your guy. That happens. This is especially early in the season. I mean, it happens. It happened to Baltimore. We get to that a little later on. Like it happened to the best of them. So I was actually impressed, believe it or not, because legit, this could have been this could have been about 2 more touchdowns for the Cowboys on that, because our defense played decent. Well, not in the first half, man. Like they were running. I mean, Hurts was. I say Jalen. Yeah, Jalen Hurts was running all over us, but I firmly believe, if we get Overshown back and they keep the balanced approach they kept and a lot of motions. I like a lot of motion. They did a lot of ghost motions and orbit motions, and they use a lot of Turpin. Now, my only issue with the offense is Tolbert, dude. You gotta engage these blocks when Turpin get the ball. Anybody get the ball. The receivers got even George Pickens had a little situation where he didn't engage with the blocks or whatever. The receivers got to engage with blocks. You got to extend the play like that. Now, don't hold it. Don't do no stupid shit. But you got to at least engage with the blocks. And even some stuff I saw with the Longhorns, right? Wingo was engaged with the blocks when there'll be a big run. They kind of want to slow up and not you can't have that, man. That ain't football. That'll get you benched, in my opinion. I need receivers to block. You want the ball, you got to block. That's the old Parcell thing. Chiefs, man. So Eagles won basically because of attrition. Be 100 with you, and they got a lot of injuries that last game, man. I don't know what was going on there, but that's and this is why I know injuries are an issue. They went in matter of fact, is there else? Let me see this. I want to say Eagles just made another trade. Yeah, this is crazy. So that tells me they know injuries, it might be an issue because here's the thing. Saquon hasn't had a 16 game season. I want to say since his rookie year. So they must know something. They must hey, and they going for a repeat again, man. Because if you don't have Saquon, half the shit Saquon and I would say like when what's that dude name? AJ Dillon. If you don't have neither one of them, which they like the same type of back, even though like Saquon more dynamic, of course, but like body style or whatever. So if you don't have a running game, team's gonna double like pressure up the middle. And yeah, you saw some of the pressures. Evilfools was down up like a lot of corner blitzes. That's an issue. Jalen have an issue with that. Like if you could get pressure, I ain't gonna say just Jalen, any quarterback, if you get pressure up the middle, they're gonna have a bad game. You gotta protect the middle because like the ends, yeah, they're gonna rush you, but you could if you got the middle line set up right, and they could make the passing lanes way better and everything. You can step into the pass and whole nine. But like if you start getting into the middle, then you can start sneaking all kinds of fun blitzes out on Jalen. Jalen start scrambling. He'll fumble the ball. I mean, that's been his MO since he got in the league. So yeah, they know. So that's why they went and trade for Tank Bigsby, which they should. Hey, I don't blame them. So that's about it on that. Chargers they just showed up. Like overall, I was impressed. Matter of fact, let me see. They got the stats in the game. Let me go to the box score. Yeah, Mario Hampton did good rushing. I watched a little bit of this. Then I had to spend some time with my daughter and them. Keenan Allen, I forgot Keenan Allen was back as a Charger. So that's dope. So man, honest God truth, I'll keep it 100, y'all, man, on this. I think Kansas City might not win the division. And the reason I said Kansas City might not win the division, that offensive line, until they gel, I think they pretty much got a lot of new faces on the offensive line. What's Chicago gonna be running for his life? It's gonna be one of those issues like that, man. And the memo, everybody in the division got better on their defensive line. They're gonna have a hard go of it. And plus, then you still got, I believe you still got to play Baltimore and all them teams. Oh shit, this next game is against the Eagles, and like I said, that might be a win because the Eagles are limping in. But when they play because when they play the Ravens, yeah, they played the Ravens right here. Yeah, we'll talk about the Ravens later on, but like, yeah, this like they gotta get the offensive line together. That's all I gotta say about that. That's how what's kind of running for his life. I'm sorry, thumbnail lady. I'm sorry. I honestly thought if I would have been picking this game, I would have picked Falcons to win. I'm not gonna lie to you. Because the reason I said that, it's really a coin flip because they both play better when they're at home. And look at the score. It was literally a coin flip. It was no rhyme or reason for me picking the Falcons other than that was at home. I'm not gonna lie to you, right? And Michael Penix had a good game. You know what I mean? He had a great game. Bijan had a great game. Like shit, I'm sorry about talking about your game. So I mean, this game was literally coin flip, and it was a lot of questionable calls. Like they were the refs was in mid-season form. Like it was some good calls. Like that Penix touchdown they got that right. He literally did not touch the ground at all till the ball hit the plane. That was a good effort right there. I must hey, shout out to Penix, man. That was a good effort. But like man, 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 was it Igbuku? I don't know. I'm not Buckeye. I leave that to CP3 to say. Yeah, he cold. That dude cold. He was cold in college. You know what I mean? Yeah, he pretty much made him that he's gonna be the next. He's gonna be the next big thing. Like, Buccaneers might win 10 games this year because things I do like. I like the opposite line showed up a little bit, even though Mayfield hold the ball long, so I can't even blame that on the opposite line. He be holding on about another Burrows, Joe Burrow. He's another one of them. But yeah, man, missed field goals. That's what happens, man. Horrible. So man, yeah, cool. I thought Cool had that too. I'm like, man, that was like should have been right down the middle, and he hooked the fuck out of that. God damn. All right, Bengals. I didn't make any excuses either. I feel you. Anyway, Bengals lucky on this win. I still think they might win that division just because of what when we get to start talking about the Ravens. I have issue. This is a rivalry game. I knew it was going to be tough starting with this game in a way go. So this game could have went either way. I mean, what you want? It's 17-16. Basically, about Ohio twice a year. That's how it be. So that's all I got on that. Browns, man, they receiving situation, man. They better hope Isaiah Bond could get ready, man. Because I think Isaiah Bond on this, if he was already been in training camp 09 and went through the reps and show what they got, that probably could have been the difference in this game. Because I think Tillman, man, had a bad drop of fumble or something like that late that could have got the Browns in field goal range or whatnot. And like this game could have been totally different, but like, hey, that's the rivalries. That's what happened. And they didn't really. It just Browns got still. If they defense stay healthy, man, they got a good defense. Okay. Oh man, Colts. Now here's the thing. I watched this game on I was watching Red Zone all this weekend. And like everybody was like, man, what the hell going on with Dolphins? So I don't know. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Like they might need to put Quinn Ewers in dead ass because I don't think Tua's kind of messed up. But then how can I blame Tua? Well, I can't blame Tua because like he didn't look too comfortable. It was just a bad overall. It was just a bad situation. Hold up, timeout. Mouth getting dry. The story of this is twofold. Daniel Jones looked good. Like, I think this might be the most complete team he's been a part of since New York was in the playoffs. You know what I mean? He got two good Micah Pittman, and Michael Pittman Jr. I'm actually, and Jonathan Taylor was running. Man, there was all three phases, like Jason Garrett used to say. They just came in and went and got their money. You know what I'm saying? I can say it like that. They went in there and got their money. And Dolphins, man, I don't know what's going on there. Yeah, I mean, maybe Tyreek get traded. I don't know. I know they can't trade Water because they just extended him. There's something missing at that team. Like they look flat. Now it's got truth. Thinking about it, we'll talk about him a little later on with the Steelers and Jets game. Losing Jalen Ramsey the way they did, man, was kind of weird because, like, you know what? They got rid of that tight end too. So Tua doesn't have a check down really. I think they drafted somebody, but it's not the same like having your check down that you've been having these reps with for over 3 or 4 seasons now. So I don't know what's going on with the Dolphins. They might if they play like this again, which I don't know if they will or not. I'm not gonna lie to you. They play like this again though, real shit. They might be a 2-win team. They was the worst out of everybody. This is the NFL. That scheme with those athletes you got on your offensive side, there's no way you should win 5. You should at least start off with 7 games just by that offense alone. Now defense needs still set stuff up, but they got a lot of veterans there. So I highly doubt this will be another game like that now. But if it does, McDaniels or some it's a cancer in that locker room if that's the case. I don't know who it is. I'm not gonna say any names. All this allegedly. I'm just a YouTuber, but something going on there. But next game, man. Shout out to Genty, man. Genty and Geno Smith. They had a good game. Patriots. I think Patriots gonna be all right. I actually think they might be a better team than the Dolphins, just by the sheer fact that they got running backs galore. They're more let me see. Let me look at the box score. Yeah, Drake, like I said, Drake May is legit. To me, he's legit. You know what I mean? They got 2 good backs, man. Like, it's just a matter of time and it looked like it was raining there, like hardcore. I think the Patriots gonna be okay. The Raiders, I think they're gonna be, yeah. If I put a gun to my head right now, if I say would the Raiders been kind of like a on again, off again type of team, they like it was one year. I want to say the 2022 season, they could have even make the playoffs. They did make the playoffs. Actually, they made the playoffs and they ended up playing Cincinnati. Was that 21? Yeah, I think that was 21 when Cincinnati went to Super Bowl. But like, I wonder what's the help of. Well, let's see, Jack Brown. Yeah, they got him as questionable. He had a knee issue. It was a weird one because he was just making a cut and he stepped wrong. That's what happened when it's raining and stuff. You feel like you step on solid ground and you slip and then you probably hear pop here or creak there. So yeah, that's something to watch out for. But this game could have went either way. Geno looked good, and a lot of Genty runs. Like Genty ran it 32 times, 19 times. A lot of his runs they were stacking 8 in the box. You know what I'm saying? They didn't respect any of the receivers. And one. Yeah, I think that yeah, Mari retired, so they can't even do nothing with that. They got a lot of good, like they got like 3 good tight ends and stuff. So the Raiders, man, that's a sleep. I think they're gonna be a wild card team. I don't see them winning the division, anything like that. They still incomplete on defense. You know what I mean? I think New England might be a sneaky team in the AFC East. I don't know if they playoff ready, but they're a sneaky team. Let's see. Well, where was I at? Cardinals and Saints. This might be the most winnable game the Saints have to the Giants. They should have easily won this game. They kind of slept on a wheel on some situations. Cardinals, man, that's a sleeper team in the NFC. Like NFC West is strange because like you can make an argument. That I think my prediction when I first did say the 2 divisions that was going to have one team represent them in the playoffs was going to be the NFC West and the NFC South and the NFC. Just because there's so many good teams in the other divisions, you know what I mean? So many, more complete teams, not good teams, but more complete teams. But the Cardinals, it's a good win. You know, don't play around with teams that you know, if you even a match or slightly better than it, like you don't play around with them. You know, they got well balanced. They got good Everson line. Shit, Benson, man. Like I have my fans in the league. I'm mad I didn't try to give him no shine. And I still think they got old dude that came from the Steelers on the roster. So they got like a 1-2 punch. Matter of fact, we go there. Make sure I'm not beat. Yeah, James Conner's still there. So yeah, look, and then of course Colin. But like there is a well balanced, you know. Colin. Let me slow down real quick, right? New Orleans known for their secondary and their defense, so it's not unexpected. It was a low scoring affair like that. But I don't see. I'd be surprised. New Orleans. I think New Orleans missing too many pieces to be viable in any playoff discussion in the NFC right now. Like Kamara could get you so far, and the defense will get you so far. Shaheen can only do so much, you know. You gotta have, and plus you can't be getting injured, which is something you can't control. So, I mean, I don't know, man. Let me look at their schedule again. Let's see. This is all right. Oh, I'm sleepy as hell. That's Saints. Yeah, that 49ers, Seahawks, and Bills back to back. That's gonna be rough. Yeah, they might be top 10 draftee. Especially with Spencer Rattler, man. I mean, no disrespect to Spencer Rattler, but like here's my stance. Like any team that when the going gets tough and any quarterback when the going gets tough, you transfer from one school to another. I always look at that weird because like how engaged you gonna be when you know you can move around. You know what I mean? You acting as if you can always move around. How good you gonna be in that situation? So that's all I gotta say about that. I think Saints will be Arizona gonna be good. Saints, I don't know. I'm starting to highly doubt them. So let's see. I want to talk about two. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Okay. All right, Steelers and Jets. I watched this live, and here's the reason why I'm down on Miami as much as I am. Is because I think the Jets might be better than them just because of the coaching. I know it's crazy me saying that, talking about their defense right now. So talk about this because they did give up 34 points and lost when they scored 32. Okay, you have that. What I am saying is I was highly impressed with Justin Fields. They do have, in spite of this score, they do still have a decent defense. Like, this is one of them games where both teams knew each other so well just because both quarterbacks was on each other's squad. So they knew exactly how to attack each other's squad. Why you're gonna get situations like this. So with that being said, I think the Jets is gonna be okay. They might be second fielder in that division, to tell you the truth. Because I was actually that impressed. Steelers can easily win that division. I never picked them to win the division. I picked Cincinnati. But they could easily sneak up on them because, like, the one problem I do have is they have a lot of injuries on their defense. I've once they had injuries on defensive line. Make sure. Yeah, on the secondary, they got a lot of injuries on their secondary. See, they just signed somebody. Was it Julius Peppers? Jabril Peppers, not Julius Peppers. Jabril Peppers. Julius Peppers, somebody else. So yeah, they already doing that. That tells me there's depth issues. Hey, I'm still picking Cincinnati till the whistle stop it. Basically saying, hey, until they prove that they can't win like that. Commanders, Giants, Russell Wilson looks sloppy. You might be getting their new quarterback sooner or later. Oh, then they just got, wow. They got one of the best pass rushers in the conference too. Not conference, but the draft. I meant. But Jackson Dart chance gonna start raising. And you know what? Tell you the truth, we play him next week, right? Cam Scatterboo didn't look too bad. I thought San Francisco would have picked him up, but hey, it is what it is. Yeah, Giants, I don't see them. I'll be surprised they show up and beat us this coming Sunday. It's too much. We ain't lost against them in years, but hey, we might be due. But I don't know. I wouldn't bet on that game. So Jaguars and Panthers was another rain delay game, and Travis Etienne showed up, which is probably the reason why we got that trade with Philly. Let's see. Bryce Young looked horrible. Like, horrible. This garbage. I don't know what scheme they trying to run there. Man, I almost on. They just need to rip that page out the playbook and make kindling out of it. You know what I mean? They got to. I don't know what they were trying to do. Man, Travis Hunter, and come to find out, Travis Hunter is doing most. He's gonna be mostly playing receiver with spot duty on the secondary. So shout out to him. If y'all don't know, like Jaguars and Panthers back in '96 were the two premier. I ain't said premier. That's the wrong statement. They were the two expansion teams of that year. So seeing them two going at it, that's kind of nostalgic for me. Tennessee versus the Broncos. Now, I'll say this. Cam, man. First off, this is a tough matchup for them because I think Denver gonna have a top five. They got top five defense right now. You know what I mean? So tough outing. I think the Titans will be okay. This is just one of those bad breaks. You get somebody that's up and coming with good defense. It don't get any better because you gotta go against the Rams. Yeah. Good luck. That's all I gotta say. It was one play where somebody was running. Oh man. Nah, I might be conflating the Panthers with the Titans. What's so crazy? They both look alike. That's like not uniform wise, but way they were playing. So watch out for Denver AFC. I could see them winning that division if KC don't get their stuff together. Okay, next game, 49ers against Seahawks. Physical game. Let me see. See if I can. A lot of penalties. A lot. Let's see. They got the penalty numbers. Yep. Damn. It was physical, man. But they end up, like I said, they end up winning due to what's that game? Damn, I'm getting the games mixed up. Hold up. Yeah, I'm getting the games mixed up. Yeah, apparently 49 just got rid of their kicker and they got somebody else. That's what threw me off. So low scoring divisional game. Next game, Packers and Lions. I already discussed Micah getting traded to the Packers. Micah had a decent game. Like they worked him in a lot. I think Detroit had a lot of issues with not knowing how the game plan is. So they didn't really have a way to really game plan against that defense since Micah was in there. You know what I mean? So yeah, that was just a rough game for Detroit. I don't know if they regressing or the Packers just got a lot of odd parts they haven't really considered, like how to beat them, how to beat the, whatever they showing them, whatever they were showing a lot of looks, moving Micah around a lot. I mean, I saw Micah taking out guards, tackles, all kinds of crazy stuff. So Packers gonna be enough. They probably gonna be one of those teams that go 5-6 games. I even predicting them being us. They'll go like that, and then people start figuring it out, and they kind of go back to the pack type shit. But they could easily probably win. The worst scenario is for a Cowboy fan if the Packers go all the way, win like 11, 12 games, maybe 13, and get home field advantage. That's the worst case scenario. And it could likely happen because let me look at their schedule. Yeah, they could legit by Thanksgiving they could legit win. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10, 11, 12. They could legit win 10 of the next 12 games. Legit. Because especially when if injuries don't start happening and whatnot, yeah, they could legit do that. Win 12 games and stuff. All right. Rams, Texans. Texas in bad shape. Yeah, I mean, what more to say about that? They're in bad shape. I think Rams and Cardinals and 49. Oh man, any one of them, because I think they're gonna all beat themselves up. But like I can see Rams win that division game. But like they're gonna all beat each other up. So I'm not gonna separate and make no prediction on that. All right. This is the game I want to talk about, really. I kind of skimmed through a lot of that other than the Cowboy game. Bills and Ravens. Okay. How to say this? Look, dude, I'm gonna be frank with the Raven fans. CB3, I said this all night to you and whatever. In a chat or whatever, not backstage, anything crazy like that. Let's not play. The Ravens secondary felt them easily. Like, I don't know what coverage they was primarily being, especially after the fucking like fourth quarter, they were literally like prevent, but I know they wasn't prevent because why would you do prevent doing one quarter? That wouldn't make sense. But like Josh Allen had time to pick them apart, and he picked the fuck out. And then he picked them apart. Like, I'll show you how he picked them apart. Here's a good example. Let's see if I find it. All right, he picked up. This is how he picked. Hold up. This is how he picked the Ravens defense together.
But look here, this will be wrong. I want to make sure y'all see the clarity on it. Look, I told you, destination, one in the nation.
That's how Josh Allen picked apart that defense. He didn't have to pick it. It just fell apart. That secondary just fell apart. Just like that. Just fell off the bone. He's like, oh, wide open pass, wide open pass, wide open pass. So that was the most shocking situation right there, you know? Because this happened last year. And the Ravens actually try to remedy this. So, honestly, not truth, I don't know if it's the players. I think it's coaching. I think it's bad timing on zones. You know, I think it's some scenario like that. Because, like, 22 points in the fourth quarter doesn't happen in the NFL unless you got distinct flaws in your scheme. You know what I mean? Like last year, Dallas has distinct flaws in their scheme. That's why people were scoring 22 in the second quarter, fourth quarter, so whatever or whatnot. Y'all, man, it's some soul searching because, though I'm gonna be 100 with you. This is a hard schedule from what, like. These 4 games right there: Lions, Chiefs, Texans, Rams. Y'all can, if y'all don't get y'all defense together, offense okay. Y'all don't get y'all defense together, y'all can legit be looking at a 2-5 situation easily. Y'all can legit be in that situation. I thought they played in Miami. Hold up, that Miami right there. Like they could legit be in the 2-5 situation. So Baltimore's in bad shape, man. They're gonna have to get their shit together because they had no business losing that game. And the Vikings, enough of that. But like, in this our last game, I'm gonna go through. I've been on an hour 30 minutes. I'm sleep starting to catch on me now. Damn, I'm stuttering and shit. God damn. Bears, dude, my God. I'm glad I'm not a Bear fan. I'm cool being a Cowboy fan because, like, you know, I'm a realist when it comes to Cowboys. I can tell if they fucking up and they not fucking up. Bears is like a continuation of effing up. It's remarkable. Again, and they talk shit about the Cowboys for no reason. I don't get it. Y'all got issues. Y'all don't damn stuff. Why talk shit about the Cowboys? No, that's beside the point. Bears ain't had no reason to lose this game. This is what happened when you don't establish something, like establish a run. You know, put the foot on the metal, put the foot on the metal, put the foot on the pedal, and just when they show themselves, like a team show themselves like that, you're supposed to match the gas and get it over with. Now, I do not know this part. This is the part I don't know. Will the Bears rebound this, or they'll go back to their old ways? That's the question we're gonna see next week. And they play the Lions, which that's gonna be a hard ass game because the Lions just got embarrassed on national TV. So we'll see. I think Vikings in a good spot because I don't think they don't play the Packers till late. Oh yeah, they played the Packers on the 23rd. I think that's no. Yeah, they man, Minnesota in good shape. They could rack up wins. So I think it's out of Minnesota and Green Bay right now. Be wrong, you. But like that, Bears, man, fell asleep on the wheel, man. You can't do that. But all right, that's all I got. Let's see, week 2. I'll give you about 3 predictions. Let's see. Let me look through these. We'll see. Man. Okay. Packers Commanders. I think Packers gonna win. That, reason I'm saying that, pass rush and Commanders defense is flimsy. You attack their defense the right way, like they have no depth, no quality depth in defense like that. They got a lot of young. It's an either or in their situation. So I think the Packers gonna win that. Bengals and Jaguars. Ooh, Bengals. Cowboys definitely. I think the Cowboys gonna definitely win just because of that, how inept that offense is. Let's see. Bears and Lions. They're home Lions. Man. This might be a 2-touchdown game. I don't have no faith in the Titans until they show me something. They got. Ooh. Vegas knows something I don't know. I would pick Patriots on this, but Vegas knows something. I'm not gonna. That's a flip 'em. 49ers, the Saints. They just got beat at home by a lesser team than 49ers. So, man, Bills and Jets. That's gonna be crazy. Question about that game, right? How much did the Bills expose themselves trying to be? Both teams kind of exposed themselves to be 100. That might be a shootout. Steelers and Seahawks. I got Steelers on that. Seahawks. Who? Yeah, I got Steelers on that. Browns and Ravens. Oh yeah, Ravens on a mission. I can see that. Colts and Broncos. Ooh man, low scoring game. I'm not going to pick that one. I picked the under on that. Cardinals gonna win that. Chiefs and Eagles. Chiefs and Eagles. Eagles got issues on their secondary. Chiefs got issues on their front line, which they think they address. Yeah, I think Chiefs. I go out on them on that. Vikings and Falcons. Ooh, that's on NBC. I don't know. I don't know that one. That's a pick. Ooh, I showed them to lay some love. I think Falcons ain't they're not gonna fuck around. They lost something. They lost something close. I don't think they're gonna fuck around. I think Buccaneers gonna beat Texans personally. And I ain't buying that. I think Ravens. No, I think Ravens. I think the Raiders are a legit sleeper team in the AFC. Legit. I think I said that 3 times already in this whole live. But that's about it. Y'all take care. Like, share, and subscribe. I did this solo. Hour 30 minutes. I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all take care.